Yaps. It's in the name. Now, we just watched about the White House and this great deal, but apparently we're backtracking on this now. What is this? Major U-turn. White House removes earlier claims. That's fine. Come back next week. We got mud fighting. This is fake media. Don't watch it. You're telling me the first post is fake news?
One deal, many documents, many U-turns, and many more questions. That is the status of the India-US trade deal. Yesterday, we told you about a fact sheet. A fact sheet.
This is actually Better News Channel.
This document
I thought she's good. I like this channel. Obviously, we watch it all the time.
Two red flags. First, the US claimed that India would slash tariffs on pulses. This was not mentioned in the joint statement.
Certain pulses
Issued by India and the US. New Delhi had said that pulses were not part of the deal, but the White House document mentioned pulses. That was one issue.
This is not a biased news channel. No, there's always going to be a bias or a certain lean.
Secondly, the US claimed that India had...
But I don't mind listening to this one at all.
...committed to buying American goods worth $500 billion over 5 years. The US said India had committed to buy this much. Again, the joint statement did not mention that. It said that India intends to buy, not commits. So there was discrepancy on two important points. Now, 24 hours later, the White House has quietly updated its document. Look at the new one, the new fact.
I agree with you, Sticks. I think I agree with both of you.
Committed has been changed to...
I agree with both. I think every news channel is going to have its agenda, its bias that it's going to push. But I've definitely seen more like a Drew Rothy when it comes to politicians. Come on, like let's be honest here. You know what I mean?
Intense. Basically, the White House has dropped both the contentious points. How did that happen? Clearly, there was some action behind the scenes. Did India ask the US to correct itself, or did the US get its facts wrong? At this point, we do not know. But here's what we can tell you. This new White House document has two more changes. The first one concerns the $500 billion clause. Earlier, the US said that India would buy American planes, American tech goods, and American farm products. But in the new document, there is no mention of the American farm products. I'll repeat. Farm goods are not part of the $500 billion clause anymore. Secondly, the language on digital trade has been changed. The first statement said that India would end the digital service tax. What is the digital service tax?
So India is going to take the tax away from America? Hooray! 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 We're rich! We're rich!
This is a tax that is charged on foreign tech companies. Say Google earns money from ads in India or Amazon makes money off Indian shoppers. Then this revenue attracts a special tax. It is called the digital service tax.
Get rid of that now.
The White House claimed that India would end this tax, but the new statement makes a U-turn. Here's what it says.
Okay.
India committed to negotiate a robust set of bilateral digital trade rules that address discriminatory or burdensome practices and other barriers to digital trade.
Damn it, they patched it, boys. They patched it. We're no longer rich. We're gonna get taxed on that.
So in total, 4 important changes. What does that tell you about the trade deal? Well, there are two possibilities. One, maybe
that it's not a deal. It's just the framework, which is honestly, it's a good framework. And if I think this no tax thing is going to mostly no tax thing. This digital sales tax, the implication of it or the implementation of it, excuse me. I still think is up in the air. One thing that is not up in the air is I believe there's a Apple manufacturing plant that's going to be put out in India, where India is going to be producing all of America's iPhones by like 2030. I think that's a big, like a foundation, one of the big foundations to this trade framework.
Americans are just putting pressure on India. President Donald Trump is known for this. He often
It was abolished in 2024, but it may come back. Just because it was defeated once doesn't mean it can't be a returning villain. Have you not seen Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Uses this strategy.
That motherfucker comes back every season.
Makes wild claims to corner the other side to shock them into a bad deal. So maybe the White House took a cue from him and they made claims to put pressure on India. That's one possibility. Or it could be the second possibility. The terms of the deal are not concluded yet, and that is why there's so much
That's
back and forth.
kind of my attitude going
This would not
forward.
be surprising.
I voted the past
What we have
3 elections.
What we have right now is a trade
I don't think I'm
framework.
going to next one.
The final agreement will only be signed in mid-March. So it is quite possible that
I
some
think I'm out.
terms are still
I think I'm
being
staying home.
negotiated, which is why Trump
I don't
has
think it
not
matters.
lifted all the tariffs yet. He has only lifted the 25% levy linked to Russian oil. The punitive tariffs, those have been lifted. The remaining 25% tariff is still
Aren't
in
you
place.
like
And until a
2.8,
deal is signed,
2.7?
that tariff will remain. But here's the problem. These U-turns and confusions have triggered a showdown. Farmers in India are concerned about the tariff cuts. Multiple farmers' bodies have called for a general strike tomorrow. They have called this deal a total surrender. Today, the showdown also reached India's parliament. The opposition slammed
This
the India-US
jokester.
trade deal. They accused the Prime Minister of selling the country.
Open the door to mechanized American farms, thousands and thousands of acres each farm. You have opened the door to crush our poor farmers.
That is true.
It is
That is
disgraceful.
true.
No Prime Minister has ever done
You
it.
didn't have to answer,
And
but I was
no
close. I was right.
Prime Minister after you has ever
God,
done
if you're old as hell,
You
then what am
yourself
I?
say Energy and finance weaponization, and you have allowed the Americans to weaponize our finance and our energy against us. What does it mean?
Just because you say something passionately and really fast doesn't mean that actually makes it true.
When
Rahul
America
Gandhi.
says you cannot buy oil from somebody, it means our energy is weaponized. I'm saying that you have sold India. Are you not ashamed of selling India? Do you have no shame of selling India?
पाकिस्तान से इंडिया को
There's a nice senior citizen home around the corner.
जोड़ करके we will talk
I'm
about
glad you brought that up.
और terrorism
I'm glad you
से
brought that up.
नहीं कहने वाले ये कांग्रेस वाले आज आकर के हमें एडवाइस दे रहे हैं नेगोशिएशन कैसे करना है सेल करने वाले आप लोग हैं किसान को भी गरीब को भी इस देश को भी भारत को बेचने वाले कोई माय की लाडला अभी तक जन्म नहीं हुआ मोदी जी कभी नहीं करेंगे थैंक यू मैडम
The government's broad response has been this: wait for the deal, do not jump the gun, wait for the final agreement. The problem is the other side is not doing that. The US is publishing more and more statements, and each time they're making wild claims. On the issue of pulses, they have issued a revised statement. But on one issue, there is no revision or change, and that is Russian oil. The new American statement repeats the same old claim that India will stop buying Russian oil. Trump's trade representative was
Yes, because we are opening up a gas station and we are trying to enter the game, the business of being a global gas station, okay?
asked about this
That's why we scooped up Venezuela.
clause. The question was, has India promised to
I'm not
stop
getting
buying
so
Russian
excited.
oil? Listen to the response.
The short answer is yes. They've already started winding down their purchases of Russian energy products.
True.
They've started ramping back up purchases of American energy and energy from other sources.
That's good.
And what is India saying? Again, there is no answer. No, yes or no. Petroleum Minister Hardeep Singh Puri briefed the media.
Yeah, but I think that's every politician. Hey, did you guys buy more Russian or buy less Russian oil and more American oil? Can we flip the script? Why is anyone talking about this? Let us talk about the Dow Jones.
Today, he reiterated what the Foreign Ministry has said, that India's energy policy is driven by consumer interest.
We are committed. India is committed to our consumer.
I will say, for my channel, we get like 4, 5, 6, 8 viewers. And my chat, you guys keep the chat a-flowing. Thank you guys. You guys make my chat look like we have hundreds of people in here. Because we don't view bot our shit. This is all organic, all authentic, 100% real-ass people in here.
During the last 10 years,
Well,
in the
recent
midst
data
of
shows something
global
different.
turmoil,
I don't
there has
believe the
never been a
data.
shortage of energy. Availability has been there at all times. Affordability, we have some of the lowest energy prices. We will buy from wherever we have to in order to ensure that the demands of the consumer are satisfied. And we have diversified our supplies from 27 to 41 countries.
It's reassuring.
They diversify. That's a good thing for India, is diversifying where you're getting your oil from 27 to 41 countries. You're protecting your butt just in case one country decides to double its price or anything like that.
But not ideal. All these discussions and clarifications should have happened behind the scenes, not in public for millions to see. We waited for 9 months for a trade deal. I'm sure we could have waited one more month. Instead,
True.
This is what we see. Farmers are confused, exporters are confused, and investors are confused. Let's hope the final agreement will clear things up.
He rebuilt.
Just propaganda, 41 countries for real? I mean, that's not propaganda. That could be true. I mean, you could buy $10 a barrel from like South Africa, and that's technically a country. They say politics is basically chess, and chess is interesting. I agree. That's why I have had an interest in politics. It's also crazy to think that politicians are literally people just like me and you, with the intelligence of me and you, which is not that impressive if we really think about it, and they're the ones controlling the world and the direction that we're heading. Got it crazy. Taco Trump always chickens out. I don't think he's chickening out. India must not waste time for this mad dough land pump. Raul G always have a habit of jumping guns and backtracking. Just like all relationships, just cancel the deal and move on. I'm learning chess now. Chess is more interesting. I believe AI more than politicians. I agree with that, Geeky, and I think eventually AI will in fact be running governments.